Hi, I'm Steve Shelburne, owner and operator of Shelburne RV here in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee. Well, good morning. We're back here in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee. I've got the boys rolling this morning, and I actually have the gentleman in from Texas that's doing training with us. He's down there with Mr. Lewis. We're actually working on a 65, well, it's a 46516, which is got thermal expansion valves in it. And they're having a little bit of an issue with it not making temp. So I've got them working on that at the moment. I got to run up here and get some tooling that we need. But yeah, the boys are rolling on. They've got quite a few things on the books for this week. So it's a busy week, and we got a Prevost bus coming in tomorrow that we got to do some estimating on. The gentleman wants two brand new units for that one. So we got to look at that and see what we got to do. Give him a price to do that. So yeah, they're rolling on. So let's go up here and take a look at a couple things, and then we'll roll back down to the bottom of the hill. All right, so 2009 Journey we're working on here this morning, and this has got the 46516, which has got the thermal expansion valves, fan out the rear. Now initially when Mr. Lewis started looking at this, he had lots of air blowing out of the ductwork right here, but we've only got a 13-degree differential on this. And so obviously we're in here right away checking amp draws to see what our amp draws are. And you got about 1246 on that one. And you're about an amp difference between the two. But the interesting part of this, and I've got my thermal imaging camera set up here, notice how the top has very little no heat and the bottom has all the heat in it. So there's obviously a problem in compressor 2. So next thing to do is to pull it out and open it up and see what's going on. Mr. Lewis has got this all apart, and what we noticed here, you can see the oil coming from the capillary tube for the thermal expansion valve. So it's obviously been leaking Freon and oil out of there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and get rid of both the TXP'S and update them both to bi-flow valves, and then recharge, and that'll fix all these problems. All right, this unit is up and running. Now remember, we took out the TXP'S and put in bi-flow valves, and this unit now 33 degrees. Now I want you to look at the infrared on this versus what we had when we started. Look how the temp's all even across it now. So yeah, we got even heat across there, but this thing is right now, and it is making some good serious temperature. So this one's ready to be reinstalled. So got the unit in the coach running. Right there is 21, basically 21 degrees coming out the vent, and it's only been running maybe 5 minutes. So it's going to get better as it runs. But again, remember when we started with this thing, we only had 13-degree differential, and we're testing midship on this one. So it's got the thermostat back there. So we only had 13 when we started. Now we got 21. So this thing obviously is ripping. So he's gonna be heading on his way. All right, so you can see they got the flooring built for this. Vantech flooring, metal on the top. It's all glued and ready to be installed. All right, so the Cougar here, they've got just about finished up. I want to show you something. And this is very common in a lot of these campers, but this, you can see that right there. It had swelling and falling apart. So the boys actually went in here and rebuilt this hole with some new laminate. They rebuilt all that, looks nice. And now you can see they've got the new floor all back in here. Now, this Canyon Star we looked at last week that had the bad cooling unit, and I'm sorry, the boys are just now getting in here. Got any lights on this thing or not? Nope, not yet. Okay, so there's some lights. As you can see, they got the new JC refrigeration cooling unit in it. He's got everything foamed very well. Good thermal mastic. So they're just getting this one finished up, and they're going to start testing on this one next. So we have this Winnebago Vectra that came in. Now this unit originally had a 6538 that was installed in it, and somebody, the big box store, decided that they were going to put a 46515 in it. The problem is, this is the ductwork they put on it. And so the unit runs awesome on the bench, but literally freezes up when we put the ductwork on there and will not run with this. So at the moment, we're modifying the coil. We've gotten the coil out of it, and we're modifying it. We're gonna get it working here in just a few minutes. We've got this unit back together now. Now remember, this coil was straight in there, and this thing, look at how much ductwork they have here versus what we do. And I'm telling you, I've done all the research on this stuff, guys. I mean, that one there is bare minimum. That's how much ductwork I put on mine when I put them on there. Now, this unit would not work in that unit because of the Cat engine. The biggest problem, and the reason why they have done this right here, and they've angled it, I mean, there's very little room, and so with us modifying the coil over, it gives it airflow to do that. But keep in mind, the reason it's like that, and the reason I tell you that I don't build the ones for that, because this right here, this is the biggest problem. See the big exhaust pipe? So there's a lot of issues right there where, and you just can't be, this hanger's in the way, you've got this in the way. There's just a lot of things that just don't work out right there. So yeah, we don't actually build one for the Cat. We just repair that one because, again, there's not enough room behind that actually allows that to work. But now that they've got this, I mean, it's bare minimum, and that's good temperatures right there. I mean, the amp draw is off on the compressors a little bit. It ain't by much, but yeah, this is the only way you can do this, because this thing was so closed off right here that this was freezing up and tripping the high pressure limit switch, which is right there. I have lots of people that call me and try to do this, and this is what ends up happening. Oh, well, I modified it and it don't work. Now it's popping the high pressure limit switches, and I don't understand why. This is why I try to educate you guys, because it's not as easy as putting ductwork on the back of it. And there's been some that have been successful trying, but I can tell you, when I tested it with units that came out of Miami, Florida, and one out of California. And, you know, if they went north, it wasn't as hot, that probably wouldn't be a problem. But the ones in Florida, I can promise you, that unit may not work in Florida. And that's the reason why we went with such aggressive on the back, because we were trying to get as much air as we could to flow across that. So it is modified now. It's better than what it was. It's running. It's at least running now, where we couldn't even get it to run without popping the high pressure switch. So it's tested out good. They're going to be reinstalling this one here in a few minutes. So they've got this one back installed. Amp draws are good. Now keep in mind that if we were having a freeze up situation, this amp draw right here on compressor 2, because that's the bottom indoor coil, that would be climbing like crazy. So that tells us what we did in here as far as the ductwork has solved the problems that he was having. So let's go in here and see what we got on the temperature that we're reading up here in the front vent. So right now he's got 81 in here, and it's 57. So this one's rocking and rolling. Again, this one came in for a outdoor fan bearing that was seized completely up on it. Now, the discharge was not sealed correctly. The reason I know this is because it took 3 of us to get a screw in the discharge to even get it up against the unit. So it was never installed right. That ductwork was too low on the back, which was causing issues with the return air. So this unit never performed. I mean, he said it worked, but it never performed. I mean, there's just too many problems. You saw what's going on with this. Now that the coil's been modified, everything's been done correctly. I mean, we got good temps, we got good amp draw. So, you know, again, guys, I spent a lot of time trying to understand why these do what they do, and unfortunately, you just can't throw a set of ductwork on the back, especially if it's a cat, because there's really no room behind there. Some of the ISLs, I've seen guys somewhat make it work, but it still has never been efficient because, again, it's in what we're doing on ours. I mean, we exceeded Coleman's spec by 100 CFM. So you can be mad at me or say whatever, but proof's in the pudding. We're doing it all the time. So there you go. That one there's getting ready to head out. All right, so another project here at the shop is this beautiful country coach. Build number 007. It's in here with 2 Coleman basement airs. And this customer, we're actually now building new updated units. And so this customer here wants 2 brand new units put in this thing. So this one here, obviously having the discharge here and the return here. The new one I have the power panel over here. So we're going to do some modification to get this to fit in here. But again, Coleman hasn't built this unit in forever. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get it to fit in there. But this is what we're doing here at Shelburne RV, is coming up with solutions, especially for these Prevost buses that are obviously very beautiful buses and still have plenty of time on their hands still. But there's this side, and then you can see those inverters right there. Now originally this one should have had a big 8,000 watt inverter, and it would have been mounted right here. Now you can see the wiring for the inverter. It goes all the way over here. So we're actually going to build a rack to remount them in here and then pull new wires in there. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a specific video just for this update, just to show that we can do this. So more to come. Working on a 2003 Monaco Endeavor here at the shop, and the drive shaft came loose while they were driving down the road and actually penetrated through the floor. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's got a big old big old hump right there. Now what's crazy about all that, there's power wires right here and air lines running right through. That sucker centered in between all that stuff and didn't do no damage. The only damage it did to that right there is on that floor. Obviously the insurance company, I mean, we should be able to go in there and roll that carpet back a little bit, go in there and fix that and then fix it from underneath. They really didn't give us no money to fix it. And it's not crazy, but we'll get it fixed up. But yeah, drive shaft centered, all that stuff. It's just amazing. All right, that's going to finish us up here this week at Shelburne RV. So yes, the training with John from B&T Mobile RV out of Texas went great. That young man is going to be great for you guys on basement airs. He did great this week. So yeah, I'll have his information up shortly on our website, colemanbasementair.com. But for you folks in Texas, you've got a great technician right there. That young man, he nailed it. So he's going to be good. So yeah, the boys had a good week. I mean, they had quite a bit going on. They looked at several and got several done. And I'm sorry if I tried. Trying to spend some time down there with Mr. John, get him trained up because we need a good technician out there in Texas, and we do. So, but yeah, so there you go. Next week I will be out in Orange City, Iowa again. My dealer out there at Zomer RV in Orange City, Iowa. Mr. Scott, who was doing a lot of their basement air repairs, moved on to another job, and so I'm going to be out there next week training 2 of his guys, and I got a Prevost and a couple Winnebagos lined up that we're going to be working on next week. So we'll look at that stuff while we're out there. But there you go. So we'll be traveling tomorrow and Sunday to get out there to Orange City, Iowa for Monday morning. But yeah, there you go. Just plugging right along. Thanks again for all the comments. Mom and Dad are doing a little better, but it's just an uphill battle at this point. So, but again, thanks for all the comments and thanks for all the people who actually have called me to talk to me about Mom and Dad. So there you go. Hope everybody has a great week. We'll see you next week from beautiful Orange City, Iowa. And Cousin Gary's already left for the day because it is after hours, and I was on the phone talking to a bunch of you guys till after 5 o'clock today. So if he was here, he would say this video's Cousin Gary approved. Y'all take care. We'll see you next week from Orange City, Iowa. Have a great weekend.